On Friday, Berkshire Hathaway released all of their new stock picks, stock changes in their 13F filing. And I wanted to go over one stock that's really interesting, worth your attention. And it's ticker symbol M, Macy's. You might be thinking, that's not interesting. That's not an AI-related name. The reason why it's interesting is because Greg Abel has replaced Warren Buffett as the new CEO of Berkshire. Well, this is Greg Abel's first real stamp on the Berkshire portfolio, and that makes the Macy's stock and story a lot more interesting than people realize, in my opinion. We also have this stock having an average daily range percentage of over 3. So what that means is it's more volatile than the typical Berkshire names. They don't really move a lot. They get into slow. Even Apple's average daily range is 2%. So let's say if the stock is $100, generally that stock will go to like 102 at the end of the day, or it goes from 100 to 98. Like, it's just 2%. So if momentum traders like myself, I'd like to get into stocks with an average daily range of over 4. This is right under 4. It's 3 point something. And let's just say, to make the math super eye-rolling and simple, if let's say this stock, Macy's, is green every single day next week, it could be up 3 times 5, so 15%. And that's relatively quick compared to other stocks and the typical Berkshire names. So let's see. We already know about the Warren Buffett effect. When he announces something, stocks pop. But let's see how powerful the Greg Abel effect is. And I want to go over my notes really quickly, plus some market-moving news announcements that we can expect next week that could affect the performance of this stock. So let's get into it. So first, I want to go over everything that Berkshire Hathaway has eliminated completely from their portfolio, because not yet. The last video I did was on ticker symbol POOL, Pool Corp. And I was like, cluster insider buying in this stock, down negative 69% on major support, or approaching major support, and Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's in it. Well, look, holdings eliminated. Pool Corp on Friday just announced they're out of it. So that doesn't mean that idea will completely fall apart. And just because they're in Macy's doesn't mean it's going to do really well. It's not investment advice, just watch list advice for educational purposes only. And I thought it was really interesting. They got completely out of Visa, MasterCard, United Health. You can see the names here. I don't want to bore you by reading all this stuff, but here's what they have added to. They added a lot more to their Google position. They bought Delta Airlines. I was debating whether or not to show a clip of Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger talking about how horrible the airlines industry is to them, yet they got into Delta, so I know things can change. New York Times, I've talked about this briefly, where I was like, New York Times, and then I didn't realize that they're making so much money from their games, their crossword puzzles, the cooking element to New York Times. And then we have ticker symbol LEN and then ticker symbol M, new. And so that's why I think this stock could see some momentum next week, or at least next year at this time. Again, depending on how the market is, this stock could be up maybe 50% from today. It all depends on the market and the story. I know this is completely different, but God, I remember Bed Bath & Beyond when that had a crazy move years ago. It's all about timing. But to cut out the noise and get straight into ticker symbol M, the bull case for Macy's is basically this. The market is pricing it like a melting ice cube, but the company may be turning into a smaller, cleaner, more profitable retailer with valuable side assets. Macy's is not a growth stock, bull case. It's more like bad expectations plus cheap valuation plus improving comps plus real estate / value unlock plus luxury upside equals turnaround setup. The strongest bull points. Number one, the worst stores are getting cut. Macy's plan is to cut about 150 underperforming stores, which is a big deal because the weak stores were dragging down the whole company. The idea is simple. Stop wasting money on bad locations and focus capital on stores that actually work. AP reported that those closures represented about 25% of square footage, but less than 10% of sales, which is exactly the type of math a turnaround investor wants to see. Number two, the core business finally showed signs of life. For fiscal 2025, Macy's returned to positive comparable sales growth, up 1.5%, and its go-forward business comps were up 1.7%. That matters because the whole bear case is department stores are dying. Even low single-digit positive comps can change the story if the stock is priced like decline is permanent. Number 3, Bloomingdale's is the hidden jewel. This is probably the cleanest bull argument. Macy's, the department store, is messy, but Bloomingdale's is actually performing. In Q4 2025, Bloomingdale's comparable sales were up 9.9%, and for fiscal 2025, they were up 7.4%. That gives Macy's exposure to a higher income/luxury customer, not just the struggling middle income mall shopper. Number 4, Bluemercury gives them a beauty/luxury angle. Bluemercury is smaller, but it gives Macy's exposure to beauty, skincare, and fragrance, categories that can hold up better than random apparel. Bluemercury comps were up 1.3% in Q4 and 1.6% for fiscal 2025. Not explosive, but it supports the idea that Macy's has assets better than the dead mall store narrative. Number 5, the stock is cheap enough that expectations do not need to be heroic. At around $18.41 a share, like it is at the time of this recording, Macy's had a market cap under $5 billion and a PE around 10.8x based on the latest market data shown. That means the stock does not need to become some amazing compounder. The bull case is more like if Macy's proves earnings are stable, the stock can re-rate because the market stops treating it like a terminally dying retailer. I was talking about Dollar Tree. What was it? Was it Dollar Tree? Let me see. Yeah, Dollar Tree stock. No, maybe it's not this. Well, gosh, this stock has dropped so much. I did a video back in February and I was like, we don't care how we make money. We just want to get into stocks that can, give us a nice return. And I was talking about how I think it was Dollar General was up 60% at the time of the recording, but now it's came down quite a bit. Again, why timing matters so much. We don't want to chase. This was just announced on Friday. So number 6, cash flow and shareholder returns are real. Macy's ended fiscal 2025 with $1.2 billion in cash, generated $1.4 billion in operating cash flow, $0.8 billion in free cash flow, and returned $448 million to shareholders through dividends and buybacks. That is important because a turnaround with no cash is just a story. Macy's has actual liquidity to keep executing. Number 7, real estate is still part of the optionality. Macy's has valuable real estate, and activists already tried to buy the company. Ark House and Brigade's final proposal valued Macy's around $24 per share. So Macy's is currently $18.41, up 5% after hours to $19.39, but they valued it at around $24 per share. So that's more evidence on why Greg Abel or Berkshire believes that it's undervalued, or roughly $6.9 billion before talks ended. That does not mean a deal is coming, but it does show that some investors believe the asset value is higher than where the stock has traded. Number 8, 2026 guidance is not exciting, but it is not a disaster either. Management guided fiscal 2026 sales to about $21.4 billion to $21.65 billion, comps between negative 0.5% and plus 0.5%, and adjusted EPS of $1.90 to $2.10. That is not a screaming growth setup, but for a cheap turnaround stock, stable and not collapsing can be enough. So to sum that up, Macy's is interesting because the stock is not priced for perfection. It's priced like the business is dying. But if management keeps closing bad stores, Bloomingdale's keeps working, Bluemercury keeps growing, and the core Macy's business simply stabilizes, the stock does not need huge growth to work. It just needs the market to believe the decline is under control. The bear case is still obvious though. Department stores are structurally tough. Sales are still not really growing fast. Tariff/margins are pressure points, and the 2026 guide is cautious. So this is not Macy's is suddenly amazing. The bull case is that expectations are so low that even a boring stabilization could create upside. Before we dive deeper, a quick word about our sponsor Moomoo, the all-in-one investing app where you can buy stocks with zero commissions. Is currently offering 8.1% APY on your idle cash. It's FDIC insured through their partner banks, so your money stays safe while it grows. Use my link below to sign up, grab that 8.1% rate while the promotion lasts, and claim up to $1,000 in NVIDIA stock. So check this out. This is Macy's chart, and this is the 3-month chart. So every candle represents 3 months. So if I go all the way back here, this is 2002. This is 2008, right? So we're really seeing a bird's eye view of this. So the reason why I said we're at major support earlier is because we are at the 2017 lows, and that is at $17.47. Also major support here at this $14 range. But if we catch this trend nicely, right now it's currently at, we'll say it's currently at $20. This could run 13% pretty easily. So quick recap on Macy's. It's trading near a major technical support level. It has a 3% average daily range, so solid volatility for a Berkshire name. It's a new Berkshire Hathaway position, so you're going to see this potential Greg Abel effect, and it's a long-term play, plus Greg Abel's first real stamp. So in a few days, we have some big companies reporting. Walmart, that's going to let us know about the low to middle income consumer health. Is it trading down or holding strong? Home Depot shows how the housing market is and remodeling trends, plus consumer debt and DIY spending signals. We have retail earnings this week. It's a consumer health check. Is the consumer still strong or starting to crack? Walmart, Target, Home Depot, Lowe's. Key gauge of low/mid income spending power. Expect meaningful moves around reports. Then we have Deere & Company, ticker symbol DE, global demand bellwether, agriculture, manufacturing, and heavy equipment, major indicator for worldwide farming, construction, and industrial trends. Macro catalysts to watch, data that can move the market fast is initial jobless claims, housing starts and building permits, Philly Fed manufacturing index, weak labor or housing numbers equals quick moves in rate-sensitive stocks. So key takeaways and volatility watch list, you have ticker symbol M, which is Berkshire validation plus technical setup. Then you have Walmart, Home Depot, Target, Lowe's. That's going to be showing consumer strength signals. And ticker symbol DE, global demand pulse. Earnings plus macro data equals high volatility setups. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoy this straight to the point stock information. Follow me on Instagram and X at Deadnsyde if you want. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Peace.